Hello everybody, we haven't disappeared into the ether, because you know what, it's still time to go wild. We may have been absent for a while, but the Time to Go Wild radio podcast is still here if my teeth stay intact. Of course, you can catch us on YouTube and Podbean, also picked up on Amazon Podcasts. If you want to contact us throughout the weeks, it's text 07849767755 part 5 7677755. You've got Facebook or Twitter, x.com/TTGW radio, and our YouTube link, which is youtube.com/Widnes Wild Ice Hockey Club. Places where you can catch it. What have we been doing? What's been going on? Stay tuned. It's time to go wild. Hello and welcome to a new Time to Go Wild radio podcast. We've been away for a couple of weeks, but then again, so have the YKK Widnes Wild. In the meantime, we've had some junior fixtures, some rec fixtures, women's fixtures, but we've been busy with a lot of other things as well. It is coming into the back end of the season, and a lot of things are getting ready for the end of season festivities, in other words, the playoffs. So, last night at Planet Ice Widnes, we had an interesting little game of hockey. Yes, definitely an interesting game of hockey. I may as well get the results done, and then we can get through that bit. As you know, there's quite a few to catch up on. So going back to just Wednesday the 26th of February, with the Elite League first. Cardiff Devils 6, Sheffield Steelers 2. On Friday 28th of February, Manchester Storm 4, Belfast Giants 3. Glasgow Clan 4, Cardiff Devils 1. On Saturday 1st of March, Guildford Flames 4, Manchester Storm 5 after a shootout. Sheffield Steelers 0, Coventry Blaze 6. Nottingham Panthers 4, Dundee Stars 0. Cardiff Devils 6, 5 Flyers 0. On Sunday 2nd of March, Belfast Giants 2, Glasgow Clan 3 after overtime. Dundee Stars 4, Sheffield Steelers 10. 5 Flyers 1, Nottingham Panthers 4. Coventry Blaze 3, Guildford Flames 2. Moving to the NIHL National League on Friday 28th of February. Leeds Knights 9, Romford Raiders 6. Saturday 1st of March, Bristol Pitbulls 1, Berkshire Bees 5. Milton Keynes Lightning 6, Hull Seahawks 2. Solway Sharks 6, Romford Raiders 3. Swindon Wildcats 2, Peterborough Phantoms 5. Telford Tigers 8, Sheffield Steel Dogs 5. On Sunday 2nd of March, Berkshire Bees 0, Swindon Wildcats 4. Hull Seahawks 5, Telford Tigers 6 after overtime. Leeds Knights 11, Bristol Pitbulls 3. Peterborough Phantoms 1, Milton Keynes Lightning 6. Solway Sharks 4, Romford Raiders 6. Moving to NIHL Division 1 North Morley on Saturday the 1st of March, Blackburn Hawks 9, Solihull Barons 4. Leeds Knights North 1 2. Billingham Stars 9. Nottingham Lions 9, Whitley Warriors 2. On Sunday 2nd of March, Deeside Dragons 5, Hull Jets 4 after overtime. Nottingham Lions 4, Blackburn Hawks 6. Whitley Warriors 3, Billingham Stars 4. Widnes Wild 5, Leeds Knights North 1, 4 after overtime. And Division 2 North Laidler on Saturday 1st of March, Coventry NIHL Blaze 3, Telford Tigers North 2, 4. Deeside Ducks 1, Billingham Buccaneers 3. On Sunday 2nd of March, Altrincham Aces 3, Sheffield Titans 4. Birmingham Buccaneers 5, Sutton Sting 4, and Telford Tigers North 2-3. Kingston Sharks 0. And, well, that rounds it up for another Time to Go Wild Radio podcast. Well, actually did it on one run through the piece of music. Some big scores this weekend and over the last week. Flipping up to the Elite League, and on Saturday we had 3 shutouts. The Sheffield Steelers shut out 6-0 at home by the Coventry Blaze. The Nottingham Panthers at home shutting out the Dundee Stars by 4-0. And then another 6-0, but this was a home win for the Cardiff Devils over the Fife Flyers. It's like, goodness me. You know, fairly decent scorelines, but all 3 shutouts. 3 of the 4 games, and the other one between Guildford and Manchester was a Manchester Storm road win on a shootout. So a bit of a chalk and cheese there. 3 shutouts and 1 shootout. Try saying that 3 times fast with after a lemonade or 2. Then you had a bit of a big one on Sunday. Sheffield going up to Dundee and battering them by 10-4. A bit of an answering back, considering he'd only scored 2 on the Wednesday in a 6-2 loss in Cardiff. Then shut out at home, so decided they'd better open the old special can and put Dundee to the sword. You know, it's all kinds of weird things can happen. A couple of big scores in the National League as well. Leeds Knight putting an absolute clinic on, a 9-6. But 9-6, it's only a 3-goal game. But scoring 9 against the Romford Raiders on Friday and then putting 11 past the Bristol Pit Bulls for an 11-3 win at home on Sunday. Telford Tigers having a bit of a pick-me-up, you could say. They've had a bit of a tough season compared to previous, with an 8-5 win on Saturday at home to the Sheffield Steel Dogs, and then an overtime win in Hull against the Seahawks. So a couple of topsy-turvy results there. Down to Laidler, and fairly tight results, really. Buccaneers have had 2 wins. A 3-1 road win against Deeside and a 5-4 home win against Sutton. Now, the interesting one is the fact that Sutton, losing by 5-4 to the Billingham Buccaneers, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that might be their first loss to a team other than Telford. And Telford Tigers North 2 getting 2 wins, a 3-0 win on Sunday against the Kingston Sharks, as well as a 4-3 road win in Coventry on Saturday. Well, that's definitely made a change to the face of the Laidler League, and we'll do that in a little while. But back to the league where the Wild Ones are more interested, and Blackburn on a bit of a charge, 9-4 win against Solihull on Saturday, and then a 6-4 road win against the Nottingham Lions. Nottingham, in many sites, would say, they pulled off not just a win, but a big surprise win. Not just a win, but a big surprise win of 9-2 at home on Saturday against the Whitley Warriors. Now that's Nottingham being on quite a charge there. You know, going down 4-6 at home to Blackburn on Sunday, but on Saturday having a 9-2 home win. Big score. Billingham still on a big charge and a big push. 2 wins this weekend. But the one that, for many of us, had quite a bit of drama, to say the least, was at Planet Ice Widnes, when the YKK Widnes Wild took on the Leeds Knights North 1. And, I think we broke the swingometer. We'll go through the game, actually, before we do the interview. It's, scoring opened at 5:53 for Leeds, with Jake Wigington from Dylan Harcourt and Aaron Jordan. Widnes answer back at 13:22. Wonderful shot, I must admit, absolute beautiful shot. Luke Alston from Jonathan Williamson and Ross Chalmers. Go into the first period break, it's all square at 1. It's like, okay. Start the second period, it's all fairly even. Took to 31-28. Andrew Hopkins from Mikey Gilbert and Danny Hyde. It's 2-1 to Widnes. Leeds were very quick to capitalise on a power play while Andrew Hopkins was in the bin. And it was Fritz Heinzel from Danny Harrison and Owen Dell. It's now 2-2. And that's how it stayed. 2-2 going into the second period break. Third period starts off. Took to 50 minutes and 20 seconds. Absolute screamer from Bez Hughes. Assisted by Matty Barlow. It's 3-2 to Widnes. Then Leeds got a little quick follow-up at 52-18. Michael Danico from Harry Exley. I'm just double-checking my sheet. Yeah, Harry Exley and Jake Wigington. So now it's 3-3. We're still on a knife edge. We go into the last 5 minutes of the game. Widnes take a penalty now. Ross Chalmers called for high sticking. Leeds capitalise. Power play goal. Owen Dell from Danny Harrison and Fritz Heinzel. It's now 4-3 to Leeds. So, we're going along and we're going along. 2 minutes remain in the game. Well, I say in the game, in regulation time. 58-46, Mikey Gilbert from Owen Ray and Danny Hyde. It's level at 4-4. Both teams are going absolutely berserk with the puck. It's going near both goals. It took it all the way through. At the end of the 60 minutes, we went into overtime. Leeds won the face-off, took it through into the Widnes zone, bounced around a little. Widnes got possession, took it into the Leeds zone, and you'll hear me talking in the interview about one of the key things, possession, and that's what they did. Held possession. 60 minutes and 36 seconds. Matty Barlow from Flynn Massey and Ben McClellan. That first shift, bang. The Widnes Wild fans, you just went mad. We were going mad in the penalty box and announcer desk area. All the fans were going berserk. Absolute swingometer game. At no point did any team have more than a 1-goal lead. And it was a knife edge, it was goal and answer back, goal, answer back. And we were absolutely going crazy. It could have gone either way, that game. It would have been criminal to have not come out with at least a point after the performance both teams put in, very evenly matched, and they just kept going, didn't drop their heads, kept going for the full game. And for our pleasure, and it's nice to be able to play the win song for a change, Widnes come out with 2, not the 3 points, but 2 points, but even so, a win, a hard-earned win, and a drama game. And when things had finally calmed down a bit, not quite so when you hear the interview, there's a bit of jollity going on in the background you can hear. I caught up with Flynn Massey for a little chat, and this is what we had to say. Well, after a few weeks off from the podcast, we're hopefully back. Drama at Planet Ice Widnes, YKK Widnes well facing the Leeds Knights. 5-4 overtime winner, and I've got Flynn Massey with me. Flynn, how did that go for you?
That was a good battle. That was a very tough game, and I think we should have came out on top in the third period and just smoked them. But you get them ups and downs, and you take them with pride. And to be in overtime and go and take the win from them, it's a very happy changing room tonight.
I can believe that. It was a good old swingometer game. Only 1 goal in it all night between each team. Flip and flop, and no quarter given.
No, yeah, just end-to-end action, full game. It was a great game to play in. I bet you it was a great game to watch as well, and I'm sure we've done all the Widnes fans proud.
Oh, the fans were right behind you. You could hear it. Ross's. Hello, Jared. But yeah, he can hear the mood coming from the dressing room. since you've rejoined the team, we can see a change. The performances have been tighter, and been loving seeing you back with the Wild.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm happy to be back. Of course, things didn't work out the way I initially wanted them to, but I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to take part in the team when we're winning games, when we're losing. It's not really the same attitude, but you take them losses with pride and we think about what we can work on, and then we go and win the next game.
It's been a lot tighter. We had a big tight one against Billingham a few weeks ago. We've had some big ones, tight ones away against D-side as well. This game tonight, coming back, and you're 1 goal down in those dying minutes. The next thing, bang, in the last 2 minutes, you get that equaliser, and then everyone's like, you've got to really stay focused. It must be tough.
Yeah, it's really tough because you want to make the fans proud and you want to do them good every time, but you don't get the games all the time, and to be drawn with the top of the table team who's just won a cup with 2 minutes left, that is some work and that is pride to be a part of that game, and I was very proud of the boys, so I was happy. It was a great game to be in, and it was a close game, and you like the games. When you're playing, you really like the games because there's always drama coming next. It might not go your way, but then that is what it is, and you just need to keep your head up and go on to the next one.
Tonight Leeds were 2 for 2 on the power play, and only 2 power plays in the whole game. So well skated out, well disciplined game in it all from both sides.
Yeah, it was a really disciplined game. I think the 2 goals that they got, one of them was the most luckiest goal I've ever seen in hockey. It just tipped off my skate and then it lands in the middle of the ice, and they were very lucky to have a guy there because he was skating at like 3 miles an hour, and I was like, what is going on here? But they got it. They got the lucky goal. Penalties cost us. Penalties cost every team in the league. It is what it is. It's a part of the game. We've now came back from that, and it's like difficult to put it into words how annoyed that I was during that penalty kill, and how annoyed all the rest of the boys were, because it's so tight of a game and you just don't know what to do at that moment in time.
I can understand. We were on the edge of our toes, our seats in the announcing and timekeeping bench, and you can see how frustrated and how annoyed everyone was. But then you get that equaliser, you go into overtime, and 3-on-3, anything can happen. It's always so tight in that 3-on-3. And possession is, to me, that key.
Yeah, that is the key. You've seen it tonight. As soon as Barlow stepped up with that puck, you knew that he was going to either skate with it or pass it into the middle to me, and he passed it into the middle to me, and I just went for a wee skate trying to keep the possession, because as soon as you lose that possession, they can go and score within 30 seconds after that. So we just kept disciplined and was stringing the puck around in their offensive zone once we got set up, and luckily enough, Matty Barlow steps in from the blue line and takes a shot and it goes in, and we're all cheering at the end of the day, and that's us all happy, and we're hitting the showers now and getting out of here.
So yeah, you can see it. Yeah, as you're saying, you cycle the puck, you wait for that lane, but patience and make the space, use the space, and take the opportunity. We've seen it so many times. Just that one little tip, and someone's away on a breakaway. And Harry Campbell tonight, a couple of breakaways on him, big saves from him as well tonight.
Yeah, Harry's been unbelievable since he's been here. I don't think I've played with him since I was maybe 5 years old, and I don't think I've ever seen him play as good as a game than I have the past 2 home games against Billingham and Leeds tonight. He's absolutely unreal guy to be with in the changing room, and he's an absolute pleasure to have at this club. I'm sure teams will probably want him next year, but hopefully we get what we get and we keep him here. But he's such a great guy to be with. As I say, I've known him so young, so I've got that great connection, and he's just a great character to have in that changing room, so it is.
Yeah, from the first game we saw him play, he's like such a young guy, and his performances, his movement in the crease, his reactions, so fast, so quick, and you can see he's an absolute prospect for the future to play at higher levels.
Yeah, he could go all the way, man. He could be. He's playing in the SNL now, and then he's on a 2-way with Div 1, and you can see, I went to watch a SNL game last night and Harry was playing, and I thought the difference that he was last night to tonight was a total step up, because he's playing against harder and bigger players and people with harder shots, and he's keeping us in every game at the moment. Like, every game he plays, he's in between the pipes, he's trying his hardest, and you can't really ask any more from my point of view. You can't ask any more from a goaltender like that.
No, I mean, he is an absolute treat to watch. And having you with the team, it's been a pleasure watching you. And again, the contribution tonight, whole team effort, we can't really ask for more. And you could hear just how big the fans were getting. You can feel the tension. That feeds the fans. The fans are feeding back to you guys.
Yeah, 100%. We always want to just come out every game and be happy and be making sure that the fans are happy with what they see. And you know what, at the end of the day, if we don't make them happy, we go and try and make them happy the next game. Because we work hard in training every week. We're always trying to do something that little bit better. And if we can do that and then progress it into a game, then different points will be coming, and we'll not be winning games 4-3 in overtime. We'll be winning them 4-3 in the actual game. And that's the slim difference that you can get right now. We've got four or five games left, and these 4 or 5 games, we need to be coming out with victories, and we want to make playoffs. That is our push now. Go and make playoffs. Go and show everybody that we aren't just Widnes Wild sitting at the bottom of the table above Sheffield. We want to be winning games. We want to.
Well, it's been a pleasure. You can see the guys are focused. You could see from that performance tonight how much they're driving towards just trying to creep up into that 8th position. Leeds, you could tell they were upset. Rightly so. Both teams put on a great performance, and thank you for tonight.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks again, Flynn. Hopefully the interview's coming out okay, because it was very noisy in the background. But as you can hear, it was a very happy Widnes Wild dressing room after that game. It was a tough night. Okay, I mean, we're getting into the back end of the season, and there's a lot to play for a lot of teams. Anything can happen. But all in all, it's been a tough season, but that was a game that the Wild wanted to win. So did Leeds. They both won it for that 8th place in the playoffs. Leeds in the driving seat at the moment. But, it's a couple of weeks to go, and anything can happen and could happen. It's just a case of picking up points or teams dropping points, and you never ever know what's going to happen next. Right. Oh dear, we have my other speakers making noises, so we will mute them. Now, what should we do next? I think we will go with some newsy items. A couple of newsy items that I have located from the Elite League. They are proud to be partnering with the Pink Ribbon Foundation across March, raising awareness and funds for the charity. The league's game officials will be wearing special pink jerseys for the month, and which will proudly feature the Pink Ribbon logo across the front. A lot of details on the eliteleague.co.uk website. It says, and ironically for the Pink Ribbon, it says around 55,000 women and 400 men. It does not discriminate. This can be diagnosed with breast cancer in the UK each year. This equates to 1 person in every 10. Oh yes. People are surviving longer thanks to advances in research, new treatments, early diagnosis, breast screening, and breast cancer awareness. And this is good news. There's more in the article about it. And so, yeah, it's great to see that being supported by the Elite League and also with the Elite League officials. The remaining Cup final tickets are on sale for the Elite League Challenge Cup. So check out the eliteleague.co.uk site, and there you can find out about the final tickets if you're interested in the Elite League Challenge Cup. In the meantime, we have some new people as non-executive directors, independent non-executive directors for England Ice Hockey. They've recently had the appointment of Nancy Squires, and now they've got Claire Lobb, Jamie Gordon, and Tom Stenner-Evans, who have joined as independent non-executive directors. So lots of changes, hopefully for the good, moving things in the right direction. Details, of course, on englandicehockey.com. We have more news, and the Showcase Draft is back for 2025. Bigger and better than ever. On Friday, the 2nd of May, Ice Sheffield will host not one, not two, but 3 age groups in an action-packed day of development and competition. After last year's incredible Mighty Mites and Mites event, they are excited to introduce the Power of 10, giving even more young players the chance to shine. There's elite coaching from England national team program and showcase coaches, high energy on-ice training and exhibition games, meet and greet with the England under-19s, and a front row seat at the England v Scotland under-19s showdown, which is a highlight of the season. So yeah, that's who can attend. It's EIH and SIH registered players born 2015, 2016 and 2017. Costs £125, but it includes showcase jersey, t-shirt, pre-game meal and snacks. It's 48 skaters and 8 goalies per age group available. All details and how to apply on englandicehockey.com. And the other one, of course, the other 2 events for England Ice Hockey, we have on the 12th and 13th of April, the Steel City Showdown. Tickets still available, where you will have your Laidler playoff final on the Saturday at 10:45, Wilkinson playoff final at 1:45, Morley playoff final at 4:45, and the Britain playoff final at 7:45 p.m. That's the Saturday. So yeah, long day, but 4 finals for the 2 North and 2 South. They're all finals, and then the grand finals, which are on the Sunday. 1 o'clock for the Division 2 Championship game, 4:30 for the Division 1 Championship game. So tickets are available. They have gone. The early bird have closed, so they're now £60 for adults, £40 for concessions, or £170 for the 2 adults, 2 concessions. But of course, those tickets are valid for both days and all of the games. So make an event of it. Plenty, there's tickets available. It should be an exciting weekend, and every game is a final. Every game a final. So plenty to play for. And of course, for the National League, we have the Final Four weekend on the 19th and 20th of April down in Coventry. And it will have the semi-finals for semi-final 1 and semi-final 2 on the Saturday. Semi-final 1 at 1:30, semi-final 2 at 5:30 p.m. And then on the Sunday the 20th, you've got the NIHL Championship game, which is the Division 1 North against Division 1 South League champions for the National League Championship. That's at midday. And then the grand final for the National League playoff at 4 p.m. Tickets £75 for adults, £58 for senior citizens, £40 for under 16s. There is a booking fee as well. Check out details on englandicehockey.com. So that's some of our little newsy bits from around where we are now.
That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast.
Who's joined the naughty step recently? Well, we've got a few. We have got a few. Lucas Price from Telford Tigers, a 3-game suspension after a DOPS GRP review for unsportsmanlike conduct. Morgan Parsons from the Oxford City Stars, 2-game suspension for unsportsmanlike conduct. Oh dear, use of obscene gestures towards home team bench and or support. Oops. James Buckingham for the Guildford Phoenix, a 2-game suspension for kneeing a player recklessly endangered an opponent who was injured and did not return. And he's also got another 2-game suspension for hitting the 10 penalty point threshold, so he gets 4 games. And our last one is for Ben Fox. From the Bradford Bulldogs, he got to 2-game suspension for boarding. Player lifted his opponent to turn towards the boards, with him in a vulnerable position, throwing them into the boards at high speed and recklessly endangering them. Oh dear. So that's our most recent members of the Naughty Step.
That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast.
And so, we shall now have a look at the tables, because this is where things are starting to get intriguing. Elite League table first. So this is just for the league. In 10th position, the 5 Flyers. After 42 games, they have 10 points. Been a tough season for them this year. 9th position, the Manchester Storm. 42 games and 33 points. Then in 8th position, the Dundee Stars. 44 games, 38 points. Glasgow Clan in 7th. After 42 games, it's 45 points for them. Guildford Flames in 6th. 44 games, 48 points. The Coventry Blaze in 5th. 44 games and 51 points. 1 point above in 4th after 42 games with 52 points, Cardiff Devils. Now a jump. 3rd position, the Nottingham Panthers. 43 games and 59 points. 1 point ahead and only 1 game more. The Sheffield Steelers in 2nd position. 44 games and 60 points and still topping the table. The Belfast Giants, top of the shop. After 43 games, they've got 64 points. And your playoff qualifiers at the moment are the Belfast Giants, the Sheffield Steelers and the Nottingham Panthers. The rest of the spots still up for grabs in the Elite League. But it's quite tight that at the top. 59, 60 and 64 and only a game or so in it. Plenty to play for. The title's not out of reach between those 3. In the National League, Bristol Pitbulls in 11th position after 48 games with 30 points, but they're joint with the Berkshire Bees in 10th, 48 games, 30 points. In 9th position, the Solway Sharks after 48 games, they're on 39 points. Telford Tigers after 49 games, they've got 44 points in 8th. 7th position, Romford Raiders, 47 games and 46 points. Then a bit of a jump now in 6th, the Sheffield Steel Dogs, 49 games and 54 points. 1 point ahead and a game in hand in 5th, the Peterborough Phantoms, 48 games, 55 points. 5 points ahead in 4th after 48 games and 60 points, it's the Hull Seahawks. 6 point jump then to 3rd position, the Swindon Wildcats after 48 games, they're on 66 points. And then you've got the Leeds Knights in 2nd position after 47 games. They've got 73 points. And then the Milton Keynes Lightning top that table, 48 games and 75 points. But on the max points, Milton Keynes and Leeds Knights are level with a potential max of 87. So it's a 2-horse race there, very much so. Swindon are the next highest potential max with 78, so I'd say it's a 2-horse race there between Milton Keynes and Leeds. Qualifiers for the playoffs are Milton Keynes, Leeds, Swindon, Hull, Peterborough and Sheffield. Excluded from the playoffs now, can't qualify at all, are the Berkshire Bees and the Bristol Pitbulls. So it's a fight now between Romford, Telford and Solway for those remaining playoff spots. And that's the National League. Time to hop to Division 2 North, Laidler. And the Deeside Ducks are in 10th position in their inaugural season. 23 games and 11 points. Nottingham Lions North 2 in 9th. 23 games and 14 points. The Bradford Bulldogs in 8th position. 23 games and 16 points. And just above them in 7th position, the Sheffield Titans. 22 games, 16 points as well. 10-point jump now to 6th position. Kingston Sharks on 24 games and 26 points. Then another big jump to 5th position. Altrincham Aces, 25 games and 38 points. A reasonable jump now to 4th position, 23 games and 44 points, Coventry NIHL Blaze. Then another reasonable jump to 3rd, the Billingham Buccaneers in their 2nd season, 24 games and 51 points. And then the change at the top. Sutton Sting, 24 games and 66 points in 2nd, with the Telford Tigers North 2 topping the table after 25 games and 72 points. Your qualifiers for the playoffs are Kingston Sharks, Altrincham Aces, Coventry and AHL Blaze, the Billingham Buccaneers, the Sutton Sting and the Telford Tigers North 2. But the league, well, Sutton Sting's hopes for the league title got a big dent at the weekend because their max points now is 72 and Telford Tigers is 75. That loss, well, could be costly. It's still tight. Anything can happen. It's only one win could level those max points and one loss. But both Telford and Sutton, Telford have only lost one game in regulation. Sutton losing 2. And that is the difference now. Just that second loss. Who knows where that's going to go? I think the phrase is answers on a postcard. Morally down. And, well, 10th position, Sheffield Scimitars after 31 games, they're on 12 points. Widnes Wild, after 32 games, they're in 9th position on 16 points. And the Leeds Knights North 1, after 32 games, they've got 21 points. Big jump now, 20 points to the 7th slot. Nottingham Lions, after 32 games, they're on 41. Whitley Warriors in 6th after 30 games, they've got 46. 5th position, Hull Jets, 31 games and 50 points, and then a jump up again. 4th position, 31 games, 55 points, the Deeside Dragons. Then another jump, 10-point jump again. 3rd position, Solihull Barons after 31 games, it's 65 points. And then another jump. 2nd position, the Blackburn Hawks, 32 games and 78 points, but riding high as they have done most of the season. The Billingham Stars, 32 games and 87 points. And the max points speaks for themselves. You've got Deeside with the max possible 70, Solihull with 80, Blackburn with 90, but Billingham's max points potential is 99. They've only lost 3 games all season, and they were on the road. So yeah, 16-0-0-0 and 13-0-0-3. That's their record. And your qualifiers are Nottingham, Whitley, Hull, Deeside, Solihull, Blackburn and Billingham. The 8th slot is still open because the max points potential for Sheffield is 27, Widnes is 28 and Leeds is 33, and Leeds are on 21 points. So there is potential for any of the bottom 3 to snag that 8th position. So we will have to wait and see. Anything can happen. That is a tight, interesting table at the bottom. It doesn't look tight, but with it being 3 points for a regulation win this year, anything can happen. So you've got these interesting jumps that can happen within the league. I mean, Leeds are in the driving seat, but Widnes or even Sheffield, bit of luck, bit of good fortune, fixtures and other games going their way. You never ever know what can happen. And there's so many strange things in this game, which is why we watch it. It's why we support it and why we enjoy it so much. Now, one thing I didn't mention about the game on Sunday between Widnes and Leeds was the fact that the penalty minutes. It's one of the cleanest games of hockey I have watched in terms of penalty minutes in quite some time at this particular level. Widnes got 4 minutes of penalties, Leeds got none. And to be honest, there weren't that many penalties worth calling. And it was like 4 minutes of penalties all in. It's like strange. great, kept the game moving, but yeah, only 2 penalties sat, both for Widnes, unfortunately, and both of those penalties, they were 2 for 2, were leads on the power play. But it showed just how tight the teams were playing, that they didn't want to give up those penalties because anything could happen. It showed how well the 2 teams were competing against each other. Another one, of course, I've got to say is a big congratulations to the Billingham Stars on their win this year over the Blackburn Hawks, who were last year's winners of the Morley Cup. So this year, it's gone from Blackburn over to Billingham. Billingham in the driving seat for the league title. So last year, Blackburn got the cup and the playoffs. Billingham got the league title. Billingham in the driving seat for the league title. They have the cup. So, league title, I'd say Billingham's to lose at the moment. It's, one more win and Billingham have got the title because they're on 87. So, that's basically Billingham's to lose. As for the playoffs, as we all know, anything can happen. Anything can happen. So, we wait and see for that. Well, that then leads me into this little bit. And of course, where would we be without our social media and our sponsors? Of course, anything Widnes Wild, it's widneswild.co.uk. Our standard social media outlets, of course, of Facebook, X as it is now, or Twitter as we prefer to call it, /Widnes Wild. Our Instagram.com/WidnesWildOfficial, TikTok.com/@WidnesWildOfficial, and our YouTube page, YouTube.com/WidnesWild Ice Hockey Club. Of course, we have our sponsors who we do appreciate, as well as your support. Our title sponsor, YKK, penalty boxes with Fresco Environmental, timekeeping bench with Sigma Tex. We have Cheshire Taxation, DMH Tyres, Roger Truck Services, MPG Maintenance, Bright Spark Event Lighting, Northwest Mixers Ready Mixed Concrete, and Newton Construction, as well as player sponsorship. Charlie Henry, supported by Bear Aesthetics and with LaJolie Ronda and Alice J. Clark, sports romance writer. Bez Hughes with Barlow's EV, Flynn Massey with Green Speed Couriers, Harry Campbell and Matt Barlow with Evolve Transport Logistics, and Danny Hyde with On The Go Mobile Car Mechanics. And we thank all of them for their support. Some up and coming fixtures, and starting on Saturday the 8th of March, our under-16s are away playing Sutton. I think that game will be played out of Ice Sheffield on Saturday afternoon. Then we have our under-14s will be at home against Bradford at 4:20, followed by the YKK Widnes Wild taking on the Nottingham Lions at 7 p.m. So double whammy. If you're at a loose end or want some extended hockey, come down and see our under-14s, and then you can see the Nottingham Lions. After that, on Sunday, we have our under-14s away, under-12s, away in Coventry. So under-12s in Coventry. Back home, we've got the Widnes Wild women taking on Sheffield, followed by our under-16s taking on Billingham. So a double feature on Saturday of hockey and a double feature on Sunday. The next weekend, the 15th of March, our under-12s will be taking on Solihull at 4:20, followed by our under-19s taking on Sutton at 5:06. In the meantime, our YKK Widnes Wild are away against the Whitley Warriors. That's a 7 p.m. face-off up in Whitley Bay. Then on Sunday the 16th, our under-14s are away in Whitley in about a midday-ish face-off. The YKK Widnes Wild are over the other side of the 62, They've got the Hull Jets at 5:30. That's Sunday 16th. And meanwhile, back at home, the Widnes Wild Women will be taking on the Kingston Diamonds. So we've got Widnes going over to Hull and a Hull team coming to Widnes. And that's at 4:25. So Widnes Wild Women against Kingston Diamonds, Sunday 16th of March. And then Saturday the 22nd of March, we have Widnes Wild Women away in Leeds. We've got our under-19s will be in Coventry, and we will keep an eye out for under-10s fixtures. There may be some under-10s going on, but our last home league game of the season, your YKK Widnes Wild will take on the Nottingham Lions again. Saturday 22nd of March, 7 p.m. So, it'll be a big one. Last home league game of this season. So, get yourselves down for that. Now, one more thing I've got to say. Big shout out to the England under-13s who were away in Quebec for the Quebec Pee Wee tournament. And our very own Wild Academy, Caleb Edelston, was there. And he was a big part of the team. And they got their gold medal. Not only did they go out there, they competed well, they won it. They won the tournament. So massive congratulations to everyone who was involved with the England under-13s, all of the team members, and of course, I've got to say, a big congratulations to Caleb. I've seen him growing up from playing under-9s to where he is now. It's a testament to how well the players are coming through the academy. We've got other players going to other events, and it just shows what kind of dedication and time and effort, and if you keep with it and stick with it, how far you can go. And it's just a massive congratulations to everybody. And poor Caleb, he was hiding away on Sunday. He didn't want a lot of attention, but he in deep down, it was good to see him. I did give him a good pat on the back and a congratulations, because he deserves it. He's put a lot of hard work in. I know his family have really been behind him, and all of his friends were there as well from the academy, and it's just great to see it. It's really, really good to see it. Well, that about wraps things up for me for another edition of the Time to Go Wild Radio podcast. When will the next one be? Next week? Not sure. Hopefully we should get at least one more in before the end of the season, or at least after the last game of the season. Maybe one more in the middle of it. We'll see. We'll see how time goes. But all I say to you out there, those of you who enjoy your hockey, stick with it. Not far to go to the end of the season now. We've got playoffs as well. If you're going, why not go along and pick a team? Go and enjoy the hockey. It can enlighten you, trust me. In the meantime, from me to you, enjoy your hockey wherever you get it. Look after yourselves, take care, and hopefully catch you at a hockey game very, very soon. From the Time to Go Wild podcast for another edition. Ta-ra!